Hey guys, OGL Binder here, bringing you guys my UPO Wi-Fi Season 2 Week 10, no, Week 12 battle. I don't know why I said Week 10, against Lord of Cold, O'Shane, and his Wilmington Crobats. He's having a phenomenal season. I believe he is 9-2 up to this point. I believe he's fighting for that second seed, second or first seed. Potentially he can get first seed, depending on how a couple of last week games go out. More than likely, he's either going to fall into the second or third seed category. So he's playing very, very well. He has a very, very scary team, but I do think we have the squad to potentially overcome it. Really quick, I'm going to go over matchup and my build. I'm not going to go super in-depth into EVs and all that stuff, but if you are interested in that, I'm going to put a Poke Paste in the description below of the exact 6 I'm bringing, their sets and EVs and all that good stuff. Which are a little bit more intricate than I'm going to explain right here. But yeah, if you did forget, our roster consists of the Mega Lucario, Garchomp, Rotom Wash, Rabombi, Roserade, Spiritomb, Steelix, Victini, Reuniclus, Tyrantrum, Braviary, and Kangaskhan, while our opponent's team consists of Giratina Origin Form, Weavile, Hippowdon, Vaporeon, Porygon Z, Delphox, Vileplume, Mega Manectric, Excadrill, Aerodactyl, Bramble, and Mienshao. Right off the bat, he has a lot of very, very scary things versus our team. Weavile, you can see that he did end up bringing it. We do not switch into that mon at all, and as well as the Giratina Origin. We have a Kangaskhan, but if he's like Sub-Calm Mind, that can be a pretty big problem, but hopefully we can play around that. But yeah, with that being said, I'm going to just kind of go over my team really quick. I have a pretty defensive Hydro Pump, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Pain Split, Rotom, with leftovers. Just a nice bulky pivot in this game. It's good for stuff like Vaporeon, Hippowdon, really kind of breaking down his fat. We have a fair amount of special attack investment too to make sure that we hit those things pretty hard. We have a very fast but also pretty Spadef Kangaskhan right here with Wish Protect, Seismic Toss, and Toxic. We have enough speed for the Giratina so that he can't just sub up in our face. If he wants to sub up, he's going to take a Toxic first and then, you know, get behind the sub, which is obviously, honestly, just better for us because then we can sit in front of that thing. And we can also pass wishes to our Steelix, to our Rotom, and all that stuff. And speaking of Steelix, that is going to be our third member, rocking out with an Aqua Berry. I believe it has Stealth Rock, Gyro Ball, Earthquake, and Toxic. Enough attack investment to always Oko a no HP Mega Manectric from full if we're not intimidated, which can potentially come up clutch, I felt like, and I didn't need the full Spadef or anything like that, or really any Fizz Def at all in this matchup. So yeah, that's going to be Steelix. Next up, we have our Reuniclus, rocking out with a Psychium Z, Calm Mind, Psychic, Hidden Power Fighting, and Recover. It's actually a really, really good win con in this game if you look at his team. Once we chip down Giratina and if we get boosted and if we can get rid of Weavile, it honestly just sits in front of everything and just wins the game. So Reuniclus is definitely a pretty potent win con in this game. And then next up we have a Colberberry Mix Victini with, not mix, full special. We have Blue Flare, Energy Ball, Shadow Ball, and U-Turn. Shadow Ball for the Giratina, Energy Ball for the Vaporeon and the Hippowdon. And then Blue Flare just nukes his team otherwise. It's a really good wall breaker in this game. And lastly, we have our win con, which is going to be our Mega Lucario, rocking out with Nasty Plot, Vacuum Wave, Aura Sphere, and Flash Cannon. Really does put in a lot of work to his team at +1. Physical, I didn't see as much merit for, but Special Lucario really does go in this game. So hopefully we can position that guy well. But yeah, with that being said, let's just jump right into the game. I am going to elect to lead off with my Rotom, simply just because it has a good lead matchup versus a good majority of his team. And if he wants to lead off his Hippo and try and get up his rocks or something like that, it covers that lead pretty safely, and I can be aggressive and, you know, go for a Volt Switch or something like that. As he is going to go into end up leading off with his Hippowdon, I'm going to lead with my Rotom. We're going to see right here that this is a Sand Force Hippowdon, not a Sandstream, which is fair because he didn't bring his Excadrill. As he's going to switch out, and I'm going to make the call and go straight for a Volt Switch. There was no way he was leaving this thing in versus me, you know, turn 1. And he doesn't really have another electric immunity besides the potential, you know, Lightning Rod Manectric in the back. And I didn't think he'd want to go into that, in all honesty, and take a giant chunk from Hydro Pump pre-Mega. But yeah, he's going to switch out. This is going to be a free switch into my Victini, and we can kind of put him in the Vortex here, because I don't expect him to want to stay in at all on my Victini, especially because his Vileplume is actually a pretty big nuisance for me. And I'm just going to go for another U-turn, expecting him to want to switch out. He does switch out into the Giratina Origin, which is obviously really nice for me. Gonna get a little bit more momentum, you know, not really be able to scout his edge just because it did like -2 damage, but you know, be able to go into my Steelix at least and try and get up my Stealth Rock. Now, admittedly, I probably should have gone to my Kangaskhan and tried to throw a Toxic off on something. And right here, he's gonna go for a Shadow Ball, and you're gonna see he is like max modest Giratina because that did a chunk. I am gonna get up my Stealth Rock here, however. and expecting him to want to potentially defog if he has it, I'm going to stay and I'm going to go for Toxic just to get this thing on a timer. I figure that'd be really, really nice at this point, and it takes a lot of pressure on my Kangaskhan outspeeding this thing, as he is going to go for the defog, which is unfortunate because we kind of got our rocks up for nothing when we could have just Toxic this turn 1. But, hey, you live and you learn. At least we can kind of scout a set a little bit. I know he's probably not Calm Mind or anything like that if he does, if he is showing us the defog. He's going to take a little bit of chip from Poison. And this turn, expecting another Shadow Ball, I'm going to switch out and preserve my Steelix. I can still live a hit from the Manectric with our Aqua Berry. So I'm going to go out into my Kangaskhan. I was expecting to, eat up that hit, as he does actually go for a Draco Meteor. And a max special attack modest to our Spadef Kangaskhan is going to do an insane amount. It's going to bring us down all the way to 52, which is pretty insane. Kangaskhan is really, really bulky from the Spadef side, so the fact that we took that much damage from it is really insane. This mon's actually really slept on, in my opinion. Silver's using the Academy, and AP Academy, and he's doing phenomenally with it. It's a mon I definitely want to try in the future. But right here, he's going to switch out and do his Powdon. I believe I go for Protect, just to try and get a little bit of lefties back in the small chance that I can live a, Draco from that range. But I'm going to get a little bit of lefties right here, as he is going to, I'm going to go for a Toxic and try and put this thing on a timer as well, because this one is obnoxious for me to deal with, as well. Get him down, pretty low here over the course of the game, as he does elect to go for his Stealth Rock right here, which is, again, completely fine. I'm fine with that. The only one that really hates rocks on my team is going to be the Victini, and it's not really meant to stick around forever in this game anyways. So he's going to take a little bit of Poison Chip. We're going to slowly get our lefties back right here. He's going to switch out into his Vileplume, I believe, right here, in which I'm going to go for a Wish, just to try and potentially heal my Kangaskhan, or heal it, whatever you want, whatever I want to go into after on the Hippowdon or something like that, because I didn't know, depending on his investment, he could have knocked me off the Earthquake there. But he is going to switch out, not risk the roll, I suppose. Go into the Vileplume. I'm going to go for Protect just to get my Wish back up. Be a better check to the Giratina, potentially in the back. And, get back up a little bit of health, as he's going to go for a Sleep Powder, which is very good information for me to have. However, it's also very annoying. I don't want anything on my team asleep, and everything can be put to sleep. I did not bring my Rose Raid, so this thing is actually proving to be a ginormous nuisance to my team. If I would have brought that thing pretty much kind of hard stopped any Vileplume set. But I am going to go for a Seismic Toss here just to get a little bit of chip. Again, I don't want anything else to sleep. And obviously you can only put one mon to sleep because of Sleep Clause. So I'm going to allow my Kangaskhan to go to sleep. I feel like it's my least useful member. And then this next turn, after he gets his leftovers, I believe I'm just going to stay in and try. No, I switch out right here. I switch out right here. I go into my Reuniclus, because this is actually a pretty big setup bait for my Reuni, as he ends up going for the Giga Drain, showing us that he is like max special attack modest Vileplume, which is doing a ton of damage to my Reuniclus. However, I can definitely set up on this thing pretty easily, so I'm not super worried in all honesty, as he's going to go for a Sludge Bomb, showing me that he is... Ooh, yeah, no, I go for a Recover here. That shows me that he is most definitely a... he's a 3 attacks Sleep Powder Vileplume, max special attack modest. So he's an offensive Vileplume, which is pretty terrifying versus my team in all honesty. The Sludge Bomb would still do a decent chunk to an offensive Rose Raid. Right here, he's going to go into his Vaporeon right here. And I'm just going to throw up a Calm Mind, expecting to want to switch out. And I believe after a Calm Mind, I could live the second Sludge Bomb from the range I was at, depending on the spread. And if he's not Roar, then we're going to do a ton to his entire team. He does reveal the Heal Bell, which does really suck, because now that Psychic that I got off on the Hippo and the Giratina is pretty much useless. I'm going to go for a Psychic here, expecting to maybe want to go for the Roar. But him going for Heal showed me he might not have it. So this next turn, I believe I just throw up another Calm Mind. It doesn't really, I don't really lose anything in doing so, as he does throw up a Wish, trying to heal himself up or something else on his team, as I am going to go for another Calm Mind. Get pretty boosted up right here. We're at +2/+2. This Reuniclus is looking like a ginormous threat there for my opponent's team. He doesn't really have anything that breaks through it now at this point, other than that Weavile, but as long as we stay out of range of a Bandit Weavile's knockoff, we should be good. And I don't really expect Bandit, because I have a Mega Lucario, and if he locks into a Bandit knockoff, it gives me a free switch into that, and a free setup turn. As right here, he's going to switch out into his Giratina. This is completely fine. I'm going to go for a Recover, just to make sure if he scalded me, I stayed out of range of a knockoff. And from full, I can definitely do so, which is obviously really good. This turn, he's going to get his Wish back up, bring him all the way back up to full. Wish support with Giratina is pretty nasty. He's going to reveal the Thunder Wave, so he is Draco, Shadow Ball, Thunder Wave, and Defog, which is an interesting set versus my team. However, this turn, I'm just going to throw off my Z Psychic. I have nothing else I really want to burn it on, besides this Giratina. Everything else I can beat 1v1 with just Psychic and Calm Mind and I guess Hidden Power Fighting for the Weavile. But yeah, we're going to throw up a big Shattered Psyche here. I think this is like the 4th time we've brought in Z Reuniclus, so it really slept on Z User in my opinion. I think it does really well in the League format. So right here, we're going to throw out that Shattered Psyche, bring that Giratina down all the way to where we can knock it out, which is obviously phenomenal. This Mon was a menace versus our team, and now our asleep Kangaskhan doesn't have as much pressure to wake up in the back. Right here, he's going to go into Weavile, and in my mind, I'm thinking he's probably not banned because of Lucario. I can take, a decent chunk from the knockoff, but still beat everything else in the back after. But he definitely does reveal to be banned at 100% there. However, this +1 HP fighting is going to blow this thing away, and that's obviously really nice too, because this is a Mon that I really struggled switching into as well. So his main offense versus me is going to be gone, minus that Manectric, as he's going to switch out into the Hippo right here. And I'm just going to try and recover, as he does actually outspeed me because of the Thunder Wave, so I guess that Thunder Wave does come up pretty clutch here. In this situation, he's going to be able to knock out my Reuniclus. Unfortunately, we were not out of range of that hit, and down it goes. But Reuni put in a giant amount of work. I would have loved to have it for this end game, though. But, unfortunate, but, nothing you can do about that. I guess, I don't know what I'm talking about, the Thunder Wave came handy. It would have outsped me anyways. But right here, I'm going to go into my Rotom, as he does end up switching out his Hippo. I believe this turn I just go for a Hydro Pump. Or do I go for? I go for a Volt Switch right here. Yeah, because again, I didn't expect him to leave in the Hippo. It was still really good versus me. As I am going to, get some initiative, get to go out into my Lucario, and I figure this is my best opportunity in which I can set up a nasty plot. The Hippo definitely doesn't want to take a +2 Aura Sphere at all. Neither does the Vaporeon if he's Fizz Def or something like that. And this thing gets blown away by a +2 Flash Cannon. I'm pretty sure. So that's obviously really nice. We're gonna just throw up a nasty plot. Excuse me. We're going to throw up a nasty plot right here, get us a +2 special attack, and we should be able to blow this thing back with a +2 special attack Mega Lucario. However, he's going to go for a Moon Blast. It's a little preemptive right there, but he's going to get a big chunk off me, and he's going to get the special attack drop. Now, the special attack drop is really big in all honesty. This means that I cannot OHKO things from this team anymore. I can't OHKO like a Fizz Def Vaporeon anymore with Aura Sphere or anything like that. Because Flash Cannon, +2 Flash Cannon into +2 Aura Sphere definitely knock this thing out from this range. However, he's going to get down pretty low right here, and I can't really afford to set up a nasty plot and a potential Protect, because I will definitely go down to a Scald from this range. Lucario was not very bulky at all, in all honesty. So I am just going to go for an Aura Sphere. He does not go for the Protect, he just goes straight for the attack. We're going to be able to bring him down pretty low, but due to that drop, we're not going to be able to knock out this Vaporeon, which is really unfortunate. Knocking this thing out and keeping my Lucario would have been obviously really nice. However, that happens. It's Pokemon. Nothing we can really do about that. But this thing is very low. I'm going to be able to go out into my Victini, and I'm just going to click the Energy Ball. Nothing wants to take a hit from my Victini at this point in the game. Rocks are going to be very annoying, but this Energy Ball is going to do a ginormous chunk to Vaporeon, regardless of if he's Spadef or not, and down it goes right there. So Victini picking up a kill, obviously really nice for us, as he is going to go out into the Mega Manectric right here. Now, he's going to Mega Evolve, and I believe he's just going to throw off a Volt Switch. And this is fine with me, because Blue Flare claims a kill at this point, pretty much. I either get a giant chunk off on this Mega Manectric, which is obviously really nice, or I OHKO or 2-8K or something in the back. As he's going to get the Intimidate off, he's going to go for a Volt Switch, which is obviously really nice. We're able to be brought down low, out of range of rocks, which is something, important to keep in mind. As he's going to switch out into his Powdon, and he is going to take a giant Blue Flare right to the face, which is obviously really great for us. This is most definitely a 2-hit KO. He reveals to be leftover, so I don't have to worry about Rindo this next turn, and I can just throw off an Energy Ball and not risk the Blue Flare miss, which is obviously good information to have for me, as I am going to be able to knock out this Hippo. Victini picking up another kill, doing very well this game, as this next turn, he's just going to go out and do his Mega Manectric. Obviously, this is fine with me. I don't want to sack off my Victini just yet, because if I can get it in on Vileplume, I can pretty much claim another kill. So I am going to switch out. I believe I go into my Kangaskhan, essentially. No, I go into a Rotom. I don't know why I wanted to Rotom there. I probably should have went to Kangaskhan, sacked it off, something like that. He is going to go for a Thunderbolt. It's going to do a ginormous chunk to me. Bring me down pretty low right here, as he is going to switch out, maybe fearing me being Scarf, because I haven't really shown anything yet. As I believe I just go for a Pain Split, trying to get awesome chip on something. And in comes a Vileplume, which is obviously really nice, because we're able to bring that thing down below half, or around half, below half. We're able to go above half ourselves, though, which is obviously really good. And then we're going to go for a Volt Switch, outspeeding this thing. There's no way this thing was going to outspeed me at all. We get a crit on the Volt Switch. It's not going to matter too much in the grand scheme, as you're going to see right here, as I'm going to be able to pull the Switch out into my Kangaskhan, essentially just sacking it off at this point. He does go for a Sludge Bomb, you know, getting off a pretty decent chunk on us, showing us that he is definitely a max modest Vileplume. And this thing has a pretty high special attack set, base 110, I believe. Vileplume is probably one of my favorite tier 5s. I have my Academy game going up this week, and you guys will definitely see why so then. But it's actually a really slept on Mon, in my opinion. As he's going to go for the Giga Drain, get a little bit of chip back. I figured he might want to go for the Sludge Bomb just to guarantee knock me out in case I woke up. This next turn I got off 2 seismic tosses, but you know, it's whatever. It doesn't really matter too much in the end scheme, as he's going to get up a little bit more health due to the Black Sludge and stuff like that. Unfortunately, we are going to get a 3-turn sleep. We're not going to wake up on this last sleep turn, not get off any chip, and down goes our Kangaskhan right here, which is fine because this Mon really wasn't needed in this end game, like at all. Down goes Kang, and I believe this allows me to free switch into my Victini, and again, this lets me just claim a kill. Now right here, I expect him to go into his Manectric, because he can take one hit, and this Vileplume beats my last 2 members. So if he saves his thing, he can potentially just kind of win the game, as he actually ends up leaving it in, as the video buffers at the most inopportune time. Oh man. Don't do this to me. Let's go back a little bit. And press play. Oh no. Yeah, okay, let's see. Hopefully it's good for me right here. So like I said, I expect him to want to switch out because this Mon beats my last 2 members. However, I'm just going to go for a Blue Flare. And you're going to see he leaves it in. We connect our Blue Flare and we're able to knock out the Vileplume. And in my head, I'm thinking, cool, that's the game. I win with my Steelix now because I have my Aqua Berry and I am out of range of a Flamethrower. If he goes for Overheat, then my Rotom can potentially beat him down, which is obviously really good for me. He's going to go into the Manectric. I have no reason to save this Victini right here. I'm just going to let it go down to the Thunderbolt. Down goes Victini, but it put in a ton of work this week, picking up 3 kills for us. You know, just really wall breaking our team, showing that Bandit or Scarf Victini doesn't really need to come every single week. As down it goes, and I go into my Steelix. Now, if you remember me talking about it before pregame, I EV'd my Steelix to always knock out a no bulk Mega Manectric from full. So no HP, I always knocked it out from full. I was talking after he had about 56 HP investment. I always lived that Flamethrower, by the way. So I'm going to go for the Earthquake. And you're going to see we're actually not going to knock out this Manectric. I talked to him after he had like 56 HP or something like that, to where it made this a 81% roll to knock him out. I got the 19% chance to not knock him out, unfortunately, and he's able to 1v1 my Steelix right there, which is terrible, because at this point, I'm thinking I lose. I go into my Rotom. I forget if he's modest or timid, but like from that range, whatever he was, it was an 81% chance to knock out my Rotom set, the exact same roll that Steelix didn't get. As he's going to go for the Thunderbolt, he is not going to get the roll either. I'm going to be able to go for a safe Thunderbolt, knock out the Mega Manectric, and be able to take this game in a super close 1-0 win. Really good game to Shane. That was insane. The fact that he got the roll, you know, versus me, or like I didn't get the roll versus him, the exact same roll the next turn came into play if he was max special attack and he didn't get it. That's Pokemon for you. I don't know what to say other than that. It's pretty insane. However, this game didn't really matter for him, other than seeding. He was obviously locked. This guaranteed us playoffs, and I believe it guaranteed us the 5 seed, where in round 1 we'll be going up against our good buddy Odds, in his Memphis Bewares. He took over for Steven, who we played earlier in the season, who actually beat us. He hacks us out pretty hard. So I'm looking to get some revenge, not on Odds necessarily, but mostly on that team that really, you know, hacks us out and did super well versus us. So hopefully we can pull out a dub there and move on to the semifinals, where we would either play Silver or Elliot, I'm Mr. Flubdub or whatever. Yeah, we play Elliot there. So hopefully we can do well. Hopefully we make a deep run in the playoffs, and you know, yeah, that's I don't know what else to say other than that. If you guys did enjoy the battle, it was a really good one. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, just so you can catch our league games as they go up every week. And with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. Later.